It's city, it's city, it's,
Bryce, whenever you are ready.
all right, well. Gets back in.
Is this gentleman with us?
No, they were doing work in the fire station on the speakers.
All right, it is. It is 6:01. We'll call the meeting to order, knock, knock. And we will check to see if we have any citizen comments. Are there any citizens or citizens? No citizen comments for the meeting today, so we'll move directly on to our agenda items. First one, C1, receive a presentation from Community Services Department on city code requirements related to landscaping. So, take it away.
Okay. Good evening, group. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you guys this afternoon, this early evening. I am the Community Services Manager, Barry Boyd, here in Farmers Branch. I've been in this position roughly about 4 months. However, I have over 20 years' experience in municipal code inspection, building inspection, and fire inspection. So I'm going to come in and kind of talk to you guys a little bit today about water-wise or sustainable landscaping as it relates to the city and the city that we're in. First off, anyone want to take a stab at what we are talking about and define water-wise landscaping or sustainable landscaping?
Texas natives, drought resistant, xeriscape, that kind of thing.
You kind of covered all of the names that we use to cover water-wise landscaping, xeriscape, sustainable landscaping. Any and all of those terms fit for what we're talking about. The city does not have any restrictions based upon the description or the definition of what is water-wise landscaping or sustainable landscaping. Very vague in this sense, because any of the native grasses and plants and so forth that we may be talking about still constitute a weed. Okay. In the ordinance for the city, it basically covers anything greater than 8 inches grass and or weed would constitute a violation in the city. Okay, so none of the inspectors, nor am I, capable to determine a weed from your water-wise or sustainable landscaping that you may have that exists at your residence. We're just gonna address it as weeds, grass taller than 8 inches at the property. So no matter how you define it or anything, you are still required to maintain it. So should you receive a notice from a code officer with respect to you having grass and or weeds greater than 8 inches at your residence, we are looking for you as the resident, as the homeowner, to contact us back and say, no, that's not what that is. This is my attempt at water-wise landscaping, sustainable landscaping, xeriscape. And only at that point will we allow that and say, okay, that's what that is, that's your attempt, and that's your rendition or so, with respect to water-wise landscaping, we will allow it based on that response. Should we not hear from you, then we're going into a whole different, act.
Have you not considered like a registry or something where people can register that they're working on that? So that they don't get a letter from, because quite frankly, it's annoying and upsetting to get a letter from code enforcement.
Sometimes it can be.
Oh, it,
Sometimes
It
it can
is.
be, but all we're looking for is to open up a line of communication with the resident and the citizen. And that's what we hope, because we will certainly work with you as our customers, as our residents here in our city, to ensure that we enforce the ordinance as it's written and allow you the opportunity and your freedom to express your property in however you choose to do so. So all we're looking for, if you should ever get any type of notice from us, is to open a line of communication. Talk to us. We'll work with you. I'll work with you. And my staff, while many of them are relatively new to the city, I've been here in the city roughly about 8 years. Swinging between the code officer, fire inspections and building inspections. And now I am serving as the code manager, you know, city. So the definition that we have for water-wise landscaping and sustainable landscaping is, I said I was gonna jump around a little bit, Alex. So I'm not able to tell you which page we're at, but
I'll
we're
try.
going to this page.
Alright.
In your packet.
Yeah.
And let's see what it says. Water conscious landscaping, also known as water-wise landscaping or xeriscaping, is a landscaping approach that minimizes water use while maintaining a visually appealing and healthy outdoor space. This is achieved through strategies like using drought-tolerant plants, efficient irrigation systems, and proper soil management. By implementing these strategies, water-conscious landscaping can significantly reduce water consumption, lower water bills, and create a beautiful and sustainable landscape that thrives in your local environment. Great.
Is there gonna be a way for us to, or are there plans to set up a system in which people who are trying to comply with the water-wise and sustainable landscaping provisions like this,
Yes, sir.
like, is there a way for it to be made known in advance before their attempt begins and before they actually have it in place, so there's no need for a back and forth exchange with code enforcement in the city?
I encourage, well, like I stated, we have some new code officers here in the city. Again, I've been doing this for more than 20 years, addressing these types of issues. I will do my best, because it's not written, to educate them and inform them if they were to see and observe something like this when they go out to do an inspection. Hold up, let's talk about this, because I realize what the attempt is. And when I go out and I see this, I already know what the attempt is on the resident. This is their attempt to have xeriscape or a water-wise landscape property. And I would be okay with that, and we would, no violation for that, okay? But should you, again, as I stated earlier, all I need for you to do is call and say, hey, this is what this is. I don't care about what type of plan is there at that point. Doesn't matter. In excess of 8 inches, doesn't matter to me at that point. Provided I can have some communication with the homeowner that says, this is my attempt at a water-wise landscape property. But that is something that we can consider going forward. But currently, that's not the way it works. Okay? I realize, listening to this young lady here say, well, I don't want to receive any type of notification from the city.
No, it's not that. It's the letters are usually worded in a, or at least they have been, previous probably, code enforcement. But they're usually not opening a line of communication. It is what it is, and here's your date that you need to fix it by.
Okay.
And so that's, to me, very off-putting and combating. That's not opening a line of communication. That's just saying what needs to happen and you better fix it. Or
Okay.
else, and whatever else is, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that's not how you guys word the letters anymore, but I think it's not unfair if you're saying you're a city and a park and, you know, we're trying to reduce water consumption,
Mhm.
building programs that, one, you know, through this committee and the city, educating residents on what the possibilities are, because it's not easy to make this transition and make it look purposeful and not weed-like. And nobody wants, you know, go by and go, is that weeds or, you know. So I'm just saying, I think considering processes in the future that, one, encourage, number two, you know, your guys have a list of, okay, this property is working on xeriscaping, landscaping, you know, take a look at it. Okay, it looks like they got a program going, or no, they're just playing with us, you know, have that kind of conversation. I don't know. It depends on how you word your communication, whether you're opening communication or, see what I'm saying?
Point taken.
And I've received the letters that are not open communication many years ago,
Okay.
prior to you
Okay.
taking this position, so.
The letters that go out now are basically form letters. It identifies what the violation is, and it identifies the city ordinance and the sections of the ordinance that it pertains to.
Mhm.
And then there's just clear language to ask that you remedy whatever that noted violation is. So, a lot of the letters that you will receive now are canned in their form,
Mhm.
and they're soft language is used. Okay?
Okay.
And the inspector's information is there to reach out, and you are encouraged to reach out to the inspector. If you have any questions or anything, the contact information is right there, and the hours that they're there, that you can reach them. That's something that hasn't always been in place,
Yeah.
but it's something that I believe in as far as educating the residents and our customers. I'll go that extra mile to educate someone and work with them. And that's what I encourage my team to do. Okay. So we are working on some of what your concerns are,
Yeah,
to soften that language
Well-
and soften it.
yeah. It's just not setting up an adversarial relationship to begin with.
Yes. Point taken. And I respect that. So I understand that.
So
Yeah.
is there a way among internally that you guys are tracking that? So like if one code enforcement person is responsible for a neighborhood, you know, 1 month or week or however long, you know, then the next code enforcement officer comes 3 months later and, you know, they both code violate the same house that's trying to do xeriscape. I mean, are there like an internal tracking so you know that you're not hitting the same residents you over and over again based on who's deciding like the violation?
Yes, sir. Not specifically for xeriscaping or water-wise landscaping,
Mhm.
but trust me, I will take that idea back. And we'll come up with something to try to, note the properties that are making an attempt at sustainable landscape.
Yeah, that's a fair question, because if we open the dialogue and I call you and I say, hey, this is my attempt, and you're like, okay, you're good.
Yes.
And then
Well,
some months later, a new guy comes by and I'll be like, don't y'all talk?
well, I'm very hopeful that it won't happen like that, because that's kind of where I come in this time around, is that there was a lot of turnover in the group. So again, I'm starting with a fresh group, fresh eyes. Some have experience, some others don't have experience, or it's not so much experience. So I'm working with them. Again, if I was to see this, I'd know. No issue, and we move on. So bear with me, there may be some bumps in the road, but the goal in mind is to identify these properties and keep this within the group so that they are aware this is the residents' attempt at a sustainable landscape property.
Okay.
And definitely I'm gonna take back some of your suggestions and everything, to implement those things.
Is there any intent to advertise this on the door hangers? Cause I know the door hangers were a newer introduction, right?
Yes, but I'm trying to get away from the door hangers
Mm,
because a lot of the residents feel like that was offensive.
mm,
Because with the door hangers, we were going in saying that you got a problem on your property,
right.
and that was a little offensive to some of the residents as well.
And it doesn't feel quite as official, I guess. Technically, and we get so much junk on our doors.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not certain I would read it.
And oftentimes that's how that ends up. It's another solicitation attempt,
Yeah,
and it goes right in the trash, so it's never read anyway. So it's a waste. So what I would like to do is be specific to your property. If there's an issue with your property, the notification will come specifically stating what that issue is for you. Okay? I'm go here to this slide, Alex. Again, I'm sorry for tripping you up.
I'll find so next.
yeah, right after that one.
You'll have that.
Okay. Embracing sustainable splendor. Transform your landscape with water saving innovations. Implementing innovative water saving techniques in landscaping can have a significant positive impact on the environment. By using strategies such as rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, and mulching, you can reduce the water consumption and contribute to sustainable practices that are to residents. Many of you may be aware of that. That's perfectly allowed on your properties. No question. You won't get a question from the city asking if you're harvesting rainwater.
Even if it's in the front?
Shouldn't be in the front. Nothing should be in the front. Nothing should be stored in the front that's not in use. So
Like, that's not what?
nothing should be in the front of your property if it is currently not in current use. If you have it in front and you're using it, no issue, but when you're done, it should be out of public view.
Oh, so like from the drown spouts from my gutter system, I can't have rain barrels in the front
You
yard?
can't have the barrel stored there. No, ma'am.
Or they
Sides
could be
of the house.
screened off though.
It can be screened. Again, the key is public view.
Like a trellis in front of it or something.
Yes. Yeah. If it's screened from public view, you're fine. It just cannot be observed from a public point around the property. Okay,
Painted to match the brick.
match the brick, nice. Trellis as stated there, something to screen it and hide it, we're okay with that. Okay, the key is the public view. Just can't be in public view.
Plant a bunch of tall grass in front of it.
Well, it can't be more than 8 inches.
Well, even on the water wise.
Give some tips with respect to your attempts at xeriscaping. So one, a water-wise landscape yard does not require sacrificing your lawn or making drastic lifestyle change. It's not, it's hard. It has to be worked hard, but it's not as hard as it may seem. You're able to accomplish that goal at saving water. With minimal experience and knowledge, just understand the dynamics of the plants that you're putting out there.
The hardest part is getting rid of your lawn.
That's the hardest part.
Mhm.
That is correct. And again, you still have to work your landscaped area to eliminate the weeds and watch that it does not come outside of your property and affect any of the public space around your property. Because even at that, doesn't matter how short or how long it is, you will be required to cut it and contain it back onto your private property. Water conservation begins with you, focusing on your yard's usage. Up to 3/4 of household water is used for landscape watering during dry periods. We're in Texas. We're in Texas, so, you know, this summer, while it's been hot, but we had an unusual amount of rain for a summer period here in Texas, particularly in North Texas. Inefficient sprinklers can waste up to 300 gallons of water per hour on a lawn, a significant amount of water wasted.
How many ballpark violations do y'all give out for ineffective or misaimed or whatever fire sprinkler systems, irrigation systems? Actually, I don't need a number. My question is actually really, can y'all, if and when you do that, can you also promote the fact that the city provides a rebate for water system inspections? Cause it's a city, I mean, it's a city program.
I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I didn't know that.
Well,
That
you're
may be
looking at the
something
group of people
I
that
may
put
have
it
to talk to
together.
Alex about, cause I did not know that.
That's one of our initiatives that we
Okay.
have,
Okay,
so. That's why, was the reason I'm curious, because, you know, that's perfect opportunity, again, a pathway to communication with the
Yeah.
residents that, oh, hey, your sprinkler system's messed up, but also this program is available.
thank you.
Is that considered a code violation if someone's sprinklers going into the public, like the street?
It is, it's a violation of water in an impervious area. The runoff and so forth can present a problem, and it is an ordinance violation with respect to that.
Did you have to catch it like while it's happening?
You have to observe it. As with anything, the inspector has to observe it. Now, if it's happening at a period of time where the inspector cannot physically observe it, we can ask, but almost 10 times out of 10, if we suggest this to the individual that's concerned about it, say, hey, we can pursue it, but you have to go on record as ratting out your neighbor. Oftentimes they say, well, no, I don't want that.
Mhm.
So then we can address it. Okay. So it's encouraged that if at all possible, you can contact us and let us have an opportunity to get out there. Provide us with enough information that perhaps I can even adjust the schedules for the inspector to catch it early morning or later in the evening. if that's when it's occurring. But again, you guys live here, you see it. We're trusting that you will let us know so we have an opportunity to correct an issue.
Do you guys do that for like commercial locations as well? Like if we see sprinkler systems that are just like broken? Okay.
Yes, sir. There's no difference in residential or commercial property. We'll address any issues that exist at either. Not going to go into reading the ordinance in specification. As it relates, you have two sections in city ordinance that any of the vegetation or landscaping comes up in. You have it in chapter 56, which is the property maintenance, which in those handouts, it's detailed and contained with there as well with this slide here. Also, you have a section in chapter 94, which is the zoning ordinances for the city, which basically just speaks about what's required as far as landscaping goes. If you take away some landscaped area that's required, you have to replace it with something similar. And again, I'm not going to read into all of that. You have a copy of it, you know the sections, because that's all that's identified there. If you have any questions after this, my contact information has been added to those handouts that I provided you on the very last page, the questions page. You can contact me directly and we can have an extended conversation about any of the concerns that you may have. So with that being said, I'll take any questions that I'll perhaps be able to answer for you at this moment.
What's the vertical landscaping for C, the parking area is visible from the street should be broken up with vertical landscaping?
Vertical landscape is landscaping that's from floor to ceiling to infant height.
Trees.
Trees.
Broken up with though, like,
This gentleman asked about commercial property.
mhm.
Commercial property must be screened from residential property, be it by a structure, which could be a fence, retaining wall, or something of that nature.
Oh, I got it, okay,
Or
Okay.
it can be vertical
okay, I got you.
vegetation.
I thought you were talking about like my
Driveway.
my driveway, yeah, like,
Well, a lot of people will separate the properties with vegetation.
That's right.
okay.
So
I'm talking about like in the parking lot of where Marshall's Barbecue is and that new development, they put that one of the trees.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
Okay,
required.
all right, I got that. Okay, I was thinking, I saw parking areas visible from the street. I was thinking my driveway. I'm just like, I don't.
no, because there's some
Yeah.
other sections in the ordinance that
Okay.
that will
Okay.
preclude you from
Okay, got that.
doing certain vegetation and heights
I got that.
at your drive approaches as compared to your adjacent property.
Do we have any banned vegetation in the city?
Banned as in,
Well, where I used to live over on, Meadowport. In one of the alleyways on the fenced inside of the resident, they had planted a lot of bamboo. As you know, bamboo grows down across the ground, then up. And
wherever,
the bamboo was under the fence and it was in the easement or in that alleyway and it was just growing and it was growing, kept expanding.
it must be cut back to the fence line
Yeah,
and cut away from the public space, but there's no such thing as something being banned.
right, yeah.
It just has to be maintained, as so that it does not affect the public space around your property.
There's like an invasive species or anything like that.
And so, I mean, they could plant invasive species.
All right, any other questions?
Saying, sure.
Is there any place online that this information is available for residents, like the water-wise information and the concept?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have anything, in online for City of Farmington Branch goes. Because again, the ordinance is vague in the sense that it does not, identify xeriscaping or sustainable landscaping as an issue. And it's just weeds and grass and landscaping, and that's that.
Does that mean that we're not allowed to put stuff online or we just haven't done it because it's not a priority and we don't have clear definitions?
Well, that's gonna be something that I wouldn't be capable of answering because I'm working with what was in place 4 months ago when I started,
Sure.
in code. So I don't know the answer to that, whether or not it's just something that just has not been a thing. I don't know the answer.
We do have some resources on the sustainability page on our water conservation stuff that goes to, I think it's there's a few outside organizations that we link to that have some examples that I think on that.
Might be good to put that as resources on the code enforcement forums as well.
Nothing.
Share that with you.
Okay, there's nothing on the code
Yeah,
side.
yeah, that makes sense. If you guys don't have a clear
Yes,
definition, then I can see why it's not.
but as Alex stated, we can work with that and perhaps get something that in place. Any other questions? Going once.
Thank you.
Twice. All right. Well, thank you guys for.
Thank you.
allowing me. Again, my contact information is on the last page, the questions page. If you have any questions going forward, you can feel free to reach out to me via phone call or email. And I typically will respond within 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Great. We will move on to the second agenda item. Consider approving minutes from the July 9th, 2025 meeting and take appropriate action. Does anyone have any issue with the minutes from the previous meeting? No?
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes from the July, oh my gosh, it's August, from the July 9th, 2025 meeting. Motion to approve. What's that?
So no one in a second?
Haven't had a
We
motion
haven't
yet.
had a motion yet. No, we need a motion.
I'll
So,
motion to approve the minutes.
okay,
I second.
then motion to approve by Lisa, seconded by Lauren. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. It's approved. The next agenda item is discuss fall event participation.
All right, so this was brought up, I think Lisa and the communications group, last time, planning for fall events, so I just wanted to give everyone an update on that. We have our compost 101 workshop that's gonna be a month from today, Saturday, September 13th. It's gonna be very similar to last year, just kind of staying on that basic level, trying to get more people just in the door on composting. We also have our household hazardous waste event that's gonna be on the 27th of September. Our shredding and electronics recycling is gonna be on the 25th of October. And the tree giveaway is gonna be on November 8th. So those are the kind of public works upcoming fall events. And then earlier this year, we talked about the tabling events, and I believe, can't remember which was it, that Gateway to the Globe. Then we did one in the spring and we talked about doing one in the fall. So there's a couple of opportunities coming up in October that might be good ones. The first is the Haunts and Houses event, which is gonna be Thursday, October 16th. That's from 4 to 6 PM on a weekday. But it is a shorter event. It's gonna be a little bit more kid focused. They'll have to touch a truck out there with some of the machinery, public works machinery. And so that's on a Thursday. So that is an option if, members of the committee want to table that event. I'll be able to be in attendance for that one. So we don't need to have like a ton of volunteers. The other one is Halloween in the Park, which is on Saturday, October 25th. That one is from 5 to 10 p.m. So that's a little bit longer. So I figure I'd bring those to you guys as options. If it's still a desire to host a tabling event. Yeah, I'll put it up for discussion.
What was the first day?
It's Thursday, October 16th. That would be from 4 to 6 p.m.
I'm sorry, when did you say the tree giveaway and shred event was?
The tree giveaway is going to be November the 8th.
Oh, okay,
And the shredding and electronics recycling is going to be October 20th.
25th.
Yes,
Which is also the same day as the Halloween in the park.
Yes.
correct. Yeah, the shredding and stuff will be in the morning, Halloween and park.
So are you needing volunteers for the shredding and electronic?
So we shouldn't need any volunteers for the shredding or anything. It would be volunteers for the tree giveaway like we've done in the past. So that, I think that would be the only like public works event that we would really need volunteers from the committee on.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of all the other events, and then yeah, definitely would like to have some volunteers for the tree giveaway on the 8th. So with that, if it's still something that the committee would like to host a table, that's where those events in October might be good fits.
Yeah.
If, maybe I shouldn't say this yet, so you guys completely talk, but like, if dates don't work, we will have a sustainability presence at haunts and houses. Like, I can do that one by myself, so we're out, we'll be out in the community. So that one doesn't necessarily have to be committee led. I'm more than happy if you guys want to come, and if you have activities that we want to do for the residents and the children that are at that event. But if schedules are tough in the fall, totally understand, and we will still have a sustainability presence out there.
Should we just need to email you if any of the events that we want to attend or?
Yeah, I mean, that works, or if you know now, we can talk about it.
Free giveaway. for-
November 8th,
Yeah.
yes, the tree giveaway.
And,
And I can send these out in the summary too.
Yeah.
That way people have time to look at their calendar and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm game for all of them.
I think so too. Fifth, holiday in the park, Halloween in the park.
It was fun.
Was it?
Yeah, it is fun.
The kids are so like
It's so cute.
they're all dressed up.
Lots of, costumes
And we're talking right now about volunteering for these events?
and.
So typically, yeah, do you wanna tell?
Yeah, so, the last Halloween one we did, just like a little table and we just gave out candy and little prizes to the kids and it was great. And it was, I don't know, was it till 10 o'clock? I don't feel like it was that late.
That one seems late for me.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna,
I feel
I'll
like that
confirm
one
that.
was
Well, I
really-
mean, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
when
thought
it's
it was
open
late.
until, as far as cabling goes,
Yeah.
probably by like 8 o'clock. I think
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of rolling out like around dark time.
Okay.
They're a bedtime
Um,
for kiddos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was fine. I would say for the longer events, cause like for the Gateway for the Globe, we had 2 shifts, so that's better. So if we could have, 4 people or 3 people or,
And we have to do the volunteer form before we.
Correct. So when I send out the email with the dates of the events, I'll send out the volunteer form. So if you, and I'm not quite sure how long those last, so I'll get a status for everyone that's filled one out years ago. Make sure they're still valid, but I'll send that out with it.
and I don't know, I've never done the haunts and houses one, but
I don't know what that one is.
I think they did that one
I feel like they
in
did it.
place of Halloween last year. I don't think they did the Halloween event, maybe, or it was 2 years ago. And they held it like, they did that like touch a truck kind of thing, and it was kind of more geared towards kids, and it was a shorter event, but
At the haunts and houses ones when they used to do the graveyard, where they had the people come and do the tour of the graveyard and I don't know, so I can't speak to that. But either, yeah, I mean, I'm up for either one of those events, the 16th or the 25th. And I'm in for the free giveaway.
Free giveaways, fun.
It is. But I think maybe sending out just an email and see what everybody,
yeah, I'm happy to do that.
in advance of that, so we are prepared.
Yeah, and as far as the tabling opportunities, if we wanted to do the haunts and houses, that can just be probably, a minimal number. If the Halloween in the park, we probably need to make sure that we have at least,
I would say
Two-
at least
two,
3,
maybe
like, cause I can stay for the whole thing if we can't get 4, but
Yeah.
4 would probably be good.
Yeah, we could split the shifts and
Yeah.
also see if if it starts shutting down at 8 or so.
Sure.
We could maybe just be there for 3 hours or something like that. I'll get confirmation on there.
I mean, it is better to have at least 2 people because there can be like an influx of
Yeah,
activity, and if somebody wants to talk about mosquitoes or trash pickup or whatever, then the other person can man the candy.
Yeah, and we'll have our giveaways. You know, we have the wildflower seed packets. We have some of the other ones too. But if you guys have activities or a certain thing that you want to promote, let me know and I'll make sure we have the materials there.
I'm thinking of a take-home arts. and crafts.
recyclable toilet, not recyclable.
Like, I was thinking about little like take-home spider arts and crafts. It's like, we can cut up toilet paper rings and like pipe cleaners, put it in a
Oh,
paper
that's
bag,
what I mentioned.
something really simple.
That was,
Take it home.
yeah, you also said something that they could just take and go, right?
Yeah,
It's
not
easier
like
than-
doing it there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
because Parks and Rec usually gives candy to give out,
Yeah, I
so,
think so.
or they did it that one, there was plenty of candy, so if we had some other thing that was, you know, would be
Do
fun.
they give our table candy as well, or we just do our own swag thing?
No, they gave everybody candy, like
Okay.
all the library, like they provided all the candy for all the
Okay.
tables, so.
Can you imagine doing that order?
Was it good candy?
All that
Good
candy.
candy, it wasn't like.
It's good.
Go
Like
wafers and, no, like Snickers and, you know. sweethearts.
So you have to have time to go from table
Like
to
that.
table.
Yeah.
Get the good stuff.
I might have had a cake there too.
Okay, all right,
Got what I need.
moving on. Item C4, receive staff updates on sustainability initiatives.
All right, so big one coming up is next Tuesday, the active transportation plan and the complete streets policy. That's gonna go to council during the study session. And believe that study session starts at 3. It's the first item on that. So we'll have our consultant, the ones that led the public input session, doing the bulk of the presentation on that. So we'll get some feedback. Some of the council members are new since we did some of the public input, so we'll get feedback from the council and hopefully we can proceed with taking that to council for the adoption on regular agenda on September 16th is the plan. So if you're around on Tuesday at around 3, I'll confirm it's 3, not 4, but it'll be there. So you guys are welcome to do that. The committee, you guys had a formal recommendation, so that's included in what was given to city council stating that the sustainability committee, your roles, the advisory board recommended adoption of both of those. So you guys have taken your action on that, but you're welcome to attend, you know, public comment, whatever you want to do on that. So
Are you aware of any public comment about it so far? Has there been any that you're aware of?
there hasn't been too much. I think there's been 1 or 2 folks that have mentioned it, or something kind of related to it.
Okay.
Nothing like negative on it. I mean, I'm sure that there are some potential project sites or, you know, infrastructure upgrades that some people might not be, you know, a huge fan of. But the main thing is that having that plan, it gives us a project list that, you know, it was weighted based on community input, based on data, based on our, you know, third-party analysis on that. So that's kind of how we come up with the projects. Each individual project will have to go to council. But this is just kind of like adopting the process of the plan.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this will just be the information session for council coming up next Tuesday. Lead for cities, making good progress on that. I'm hoping to submit our preliminary, our first of 2 submissions, which is a preliminary one at the end of next week. So it'll take them about 4 to 6 weeks to review everything we have and then, provide feedback if we need to include more data to get points, which ones we'll have, you know, that we've gained credit for based on what we submit. So that's moving along pretty well. And then once we have their preliminary review back, we've got probably about 6 weeks to compile any missing data, any extra data that they want, and then we'll put in for our final certification prior to the end of the year. So hopefully early 2026, we'll have our lead for cities designation. So it's, I think, moving well so far. we'll probably be in that silver level designation. Depending on if everything gets approved, maybe we're flirting with the gold level, but, it's gonna be a good step for us. And then as we start to look at updates to the sustainability plan, that'll be our gaps analysis to see where we need to focus a little bit more effort on. Water rebates, we're at 117 toilets, 14 irrigation checkups. There is a budget town hall coming up on August 26th. You guys might have heard on that. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to attend. And then our next meeting will be on September the 10th.
For the budget town hall,
Yes.
is there any item that is an overlap with the sustainability department, the plan,
So the way, kind of the direction that we've been given is flat budget. So what we have this year is what we're doing next year. So that kind of can tell you most of it. But by all means, if you say like, hey, I want more
sure.
funding allocated, like you're right. It's the
Well,
system.
yes,
Yeah.
obviously, but like the tree giveaways still on there.
Yes, tree giveaway's still on there.
Discussion of lowering the program funding that we have.
No,
Okay.
it's basically a continuation
Okay.
of last year, basically, kind of with the flat budget.
Not bad.
Yeah. So no new items necessarily, but
Okay.
Okay, cruising right along. Item number 5, receive subcommittee updates. Built and natural environment.
Have some news. We got our award.
Oh,
So we were recognized by Texan by Nature for our sustainability efforts. And so we have a little certificate they've given us. I'll pass this around. And then
Engine 132, Box 4213,
thought he said.
commercial fire alarm at 14,240 Midway Road, Farmers Branch, cross streets Hornet Road and Perton Drive. Respond on TAC 4, timeout 1847, Engine 132, Box 4213, commercial fire alarm at 14,240 Midway Road, Farmers Branch, cross streets Hornet Road and Perton Drive. Respond on TAC 4, timeout 1847.
So there were 3 fires happening right now?
Maybe.
Thanks.
Midway and what?
Proton, right over there, right up in the industrial
Oh.
side. I'm assuming, since it's a commercial.
And I'm assuming.
Who's
because
going?
of that, most likely they'll try and-
Are these guys gonna go?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably hear it.
Station 1. Oh, this is station 2.
So, good job.
back to
Lauren.
Florida.
Back to it.
Good job,
Good
team.
job you for
Yeah.
finding it and like applying and doing all the hard work.
Well, there's a lovely webpage that they've actually put up that highlights our work.
Wow.
I know Alex is gonna work with the comms team to do a little promotion about this and stuff, so nice job, everyone.
All right.
And what's the website?
It is Texan by Nature is the organization, and then we're in one of the community spotlights. Yeah.
All right.
Very exciting.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Hey,
On up, guys.
all right, communications, top that.
Well, I can't top that. Well, I mean, okay, guys, I saw a hummingbird in my Turk's cap for the first time ever today, so I feel like that's a triumph, but maybe not for us as a committee, but for me personally. We don't really have a whole lot to report. We're still working on what we're gonna do for the Halloween giveaway, kid-related thing. I did want to talk about this. I went to this little store. It's not in Farmers Branch at all. It's actually in the Arts District, but they recycle, reuse, upcycle arts and crafts supplies. So it's really cool. You go in, you fill up your bag, you take it to the counter, and she says, how much do you want to pay for this bag? And you tell her $5, $20, whatever. And that's it. And it's all like pins and paints and all kinds of sewing, and it's really cool. So
District visited?
Bishop Arts down
Oh,
there.
okay.
But, and there's also a refill store down there that I went and saw, which was also very cool.
Refill?
Yeah, like shampoo and
Oh.
dish soap and,
Okay.
no, it's not a propane, it's like household products,
Like Shelby used to do.
like Shelby used to do, yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I thought we don't have anything else.
I did have one thing.
Oh, we do have something else that Jasper would like to talk about right now.
I was thinking, I was wondering if, you know, input on this would be great, but like, what if we engage citizens with like photo contests or something like that around like either like natural, and, you know, indigenous plants and stuff like that, or some sort of like sustainability related thing, you know, and maybe even do like a scavenger.
Maybe a
hunt.
really good food, show us your sustainable yard.
Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that, like drain water systems, show us your.
Or
drain-
yeah.
Who's gotten trees from the tree
Yeah.
giveaway,
Use the least water on their lawn.
Yeah,
so that they can, I have a couple people in my block.
For tree doing, like,
Yeah.
3 years.
yeah. So maybe there's something we can do like throughout the year where we come up with, you know, maybe seasonally relevant things or something like that. People getting a rebate on the toilet.
Yeah.
That's-
Unifying sustainability. I like that idea.
Yeah, so I think it'd be a good way to engage citizens and, you know, maybe the city has tickets to something to give away or something that we might be able to give away as a prize or something like that. I think it'd be interesting.
Okay.
Or even a T-shirt for the city of Farmers Branch, you know, like the ones that are like 75234 on the
Oh,
background,
yeah.
you know?
Let's say sustainability.
Yeah. Yeah, the sustainability T-shirt, that's,
Alright.
Yeah.
let's get right.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful idea, actually.
Yeah, so maybe we can see who to work with on that. See.
Yeah, and maybe that's something too, like as we do, yeah, like so this year in February, we did that infographic with,
Yeah,
you know, just some of the sustainability highlights. Maybe it's kind of like built into that where we have some highlights from people, you know, swapping out their toilet or, you know, them in front of a tree that they got from the tree giveaway,
yeah,
sustainable landscaping, and have that kind of a personal story to go with the numbers,
yeah.
you know, on something like that. So I like that idea.
Sustainable action in Farmers Branch or something. I guess, I don't know what it is, but
I was trying to make an acronym out of it, SCN.
yeah.
Maybe there's something else.
I think that's a great idea.
What about sustainability games?
Pardon?
Neighborhood sustainability games. It's not a fancy acronym. That's kind of the whole point
Yeah.
we're trying to do. We're trying to make contests and like games to like get people to show off and like maybe out sustainability each other in multiple domains.
Yeah, maybe we can all think about like names and then come back next month. for,
Yeah.
Like a list or something.
I think names and I think, how do we approach it to get the most?
Participation,
The most what?
I think participation.
Yeah, I mean, like, because there's gonna be people who are water conserving with, rain barrels. I'm right in the middle of getting started to do that,
Yeah.
you know? And so perhaps this water sustainability, which could include the toilets, the, you know,
Solar.
the sprinkler, it could, if any of that.
Yeah, picture you with your batteries.
Yeah.
Who's
And-
gone viral?
Huh?
Who's gone viral in this room?
Okay.
We need someone to go.
For the right reasons.
Okay.
Well, great. Oh, let me finish sending this around.
The communication is good, Lisa?
We're good.
Water conservation, my monthly question, how is the smart meters coming?
I have not received another update. You and Al are on like the list to do the pilot testing, so I'm not sure what the delay is.
I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, this is my monthly reminder to remind them.
We know.
But other than that, not too much. Alan and I are trying to figure out something else for water conservation, but between the toilets and the irrigation and the water meters, I don't know,
Mhm.
you know, if anyone has any things that they thought about or seen in your work environment or in anything like that about water conservation, you can feel free to let us know and we'll see if we can apply that at all in the residential. As far as with Louisville just rolled out their smart meters. So And now they're all accessible. We just got it came with the last water bill, the new, I'll have to look and see, but the new smart meters that Louisville has, so you can track your usage. So,
And is that a meter on the hot water heater or,
no, from the main.
Oh,
from
the main
From
line.
the street,
Okay.
yeah, from the street, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
The rates of water is going up for the city.
yeah. So that's something else to think about too, just conservation is saying, you know, even if you save. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's not, even if you save 100 gallons of water a week, you know, spread that out over a year and you can see some good savings and save water. So, you know, appeal to people's cheaper sides, so. But the frugality of it all.
It also has like water detection measures in it too, right? That could be interesting too.
Yeah, the water detection for the smart meter, for
Sorry.
the smart meter that we have, that's why I really wanna get on that dashboard and see. Cause maybe I'll, you know, when it comes up, I'll do like a full lawn water and see. Like how, if it's charting, if we've got the line graphs or if a bar graph or whatever the visual is for it. But as soon as we get that, again, cause like, you know, I like to know that's what helps me save the most water or not wastewater, or whatever, is seeing something every day of like, well, you use this much on this day, well, what did I do on this day? You know, oh, that's laundry day, obviously, we used a lot more water for that day, whatever. But it also helped for, you know, your consumption habits, so.
I know that whenever I worked in Maine, they had a feature where it would tell you if it was suspecting a water leak. So it would
Right.
show like a continuous low usage. for,
Right.
Like 5 days, and it'd be like, you may have a water leak somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping with the dashboard, where if you're going static for
Yeah,
weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, all of a sudden you've got a spike,
yeah.
so. But,
The one thing that we did in our community, we have about 153 homes. And we didn't have individual meters. So all of Oakland is having individual meters because when there was a leak, unless somebody saw it, it just went on for months.
Oh, wow.
Right, so now we'll have smart meters. And they'll be, hopefully, they'll get the software implemented so that we can have intermittent leaks or leaks detection. That's one of the features of smart metering AMI. So hopefully that will help in conservation, but that's not something that we did as a committee, but that's something that we as a homeowners did.
Where is Oak Brook? Is that north on Marsh, left?
Golden Oaks. We make a left turn before Beltline,
Yeah.
that area.
okay, moving on to receive an update from committee members on activities attended. Has anyone attended any activities?
Yes, there's Metro Crest has a teaching garden that they use to supplement the food, at the, food bank.
Mhm.
And they harvest quite a bit of food. So if there's anyone that interested in gardening, there's a lot of room for volunteers. You just go in and harvest and pull a few weeds. That's it.
Or is a,
It's up in Carrollton.
On that line.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
the after Beltline.
It's a nonprofit. It's huge. Great operation.
Beautiful. Yeah.
is that the building?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was at the building or if it was
Yeah.
somewhere else,
In
okay.
the back of the.
Okay.
Eddie's Farmers Branch Fire Department, 1900 speaker test.
This is a test.
Cool.
Just, I don't know if we've mentioned this, Ted, or I've mentioned this, but at each of our 7 campuses, including Brookhaven, we have a food pantry. It's open to the public on Fridays. And then it's open to the students all, 5 days a week. And, then there's clothing in there and things like that. So it's another place that if you have clothing that you want to donate, we would gladly take, for the community or for our students. It's open.
You can drop off anytime.
With Ted,
I think they accept donations at any time.
I'm just
But-
putting it off on you. You missed that.
It's Fridays, it's open to the public, and it's
Yes,
always open to the students.
yeah. Oh, is that, but it's gonna drop it off.
Yeah, if you were
Yeah,
gonna.
just
for
bring
drop
it here.
offs.
I'll take it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. That's what's like, give it to Ted.
But if you tell me about it, I'll connect you with the person who's running it on that day.
I'll just shove, like, 10
We'll get it there.
Yeah, I think that'll probably work.
Then I could go.
And you can do that at MetroCrest too. If you go to MetroCrest Services, you can drop off your clothes there at the door.
I don't think they will take unsealed products or products you make yourself.
Sure.
But if you have like fresh fruit, maybe.
Maybe. So, do we have a liaison with MetroCrest? Because I don't remember where I was. I think it was the vet. They were collecting grocery bags for MetroCrest.
Yeah.
Food bank.
I'm
So it would be- that
liaison
would be
for
kind of-
Brookhaven
Like a cool thing if you could
Campus.
get in on that.
MetroCrest.
Like
plastic bags from the.
from Albertsons, or if there's not Albertsons.
What if we,
Two
could we
bags
do
full.
that could we do something like, are you saying like we collect the bags?
Like on the shred day in electronics,
Yeah.
bring us your
Yeah, for
unused grocery
MetroCrest.
bags for MetroCrest, like.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a great idea.
and then the other thing that reminds me of that I just wanted to ask you about, Alex, is the Saturday cleanups, what was that all about? The
So-
Simlac. The Saturday,
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I
It's
can't.
basically, so when they closed the Triple C, they were going to, and they got the kind of pushback on that, they filed a permit with DCEQ to do another collection center in front of Sedlac.
Mhm.
That has been in state review for probably 6 months. But so they can't operate fully with all the different things that they were trying to do until that permit has been done
Mhm.
and approved by the state. They can do some stuff, which is what the cleanups is, and it's basically both trash and recycling. Yeah, I think that's all they have out there now. When the permit gets approved, they can do some other things, but that's kind of like the temporary,
And it's
Um,
just on Saturday.
just on Saturdays.
And was it just for the spring or whenever it was, like?
It's so,
time
no,
period
it's
or
still
all the
going.
time? Okay,
So I think it's going through August. It might be extended, just if that permit doesn't get approved from the state, they might extend it. But yeah, that's kind of after they closed the Triple C.
Yeah.
And they got some, pushback and trying to bring that service back, but in a different location.
so if they get the permitting, it'll be more like,
I think it'll be closer to the Triple C. It's still gonna not be the same, just because that was kind of built for that site. Especially having the
pull up
pull-up
yeah,
ramps where it's easier to dispose of items, but so hopefully they'll add more,
hours and
either hours or if it's just on Saturday, more waste stream.
services.
Yeah,
Mhm. Okay,
yeah, it's kind of a temporary something.
Any other, activities attended for anybody? We did have a composting, kind of lunch and learn at my work, where we were, trying to get people to just put things in the right receptacles, the provided receptacles. And one person said it might be nice if each of the receptacles was labeled, and they are all labeled, so. And he said, well, they're labeled on the back, and no, they're not, they're labeled in multiple places, you just have to look. But, so we held that, and hopefully we gave the presentation on what can go in the composting. Majority of the items that we order for food service can go in composting. It costs a little more, but we do that with the industrial, so we're working on it. But that was the sustainability green team that I did at work, so kind of along the same lines.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, we're working on it. Anyone else for activities? No? All right, move on to discuss agenda items, for future sustainability committee meetings. Mine is still hopefully getting something in, working with the planning and zoning about tree preservation, old growth tree preservation. That was when when was that meeting, Alex, that we did all the chairs?
I think it was last month.
It was after this meeting?
Yeah, I think it was the day after
Oh,
our last sustainability committee meeting.
yeah, so I did do that. Yeah, I did go to the meeting at City Hall where all the chair people met and just discussed the activities and discussed working with planning and zoning, but I also discussed working with Branch Connection. Doing, maybe helping them set up some sort of better recycling or composting program there, so. That's, and working with parks, obviously, they do have recycling at the rec center and at the natatorium. So, which is kind of like weaseling our way in there to try to get little by little, right? So. Yeah, so that's but the tree preservation and possibly maybe working with, they don't call it aging, what do they call it? The senior citizen committee,
The senior advisory.
senior advisory board, yeah, that sounds way better. So working with them on possibly increasing their sustainability at the new Branch Connection. Anyone else have any other potential topics for upcoming meetings?
I believe I mentioned last time, potentially a subcommittee on researching companies that would be able to, assist Farmers Branch in importing and establishing green technologies that could help in sustainability efforts.
I've got that on the list from last time.
Also, no need to repeat.
No, yeah, it's on the list. And so I think we'll probably do some review on subcommittees later this year. We kind of gear up for where our focuses are. So that could be something that we discuss on the existing committees and then, potential additions based on the topics.
Oh, this isn't like, it's kind of related to that, but, there might potentially be an unexpected opportunity to leverage if the time comes for it. I heard that, we all know Tesla, yes. Mixed feelings, I know, but they make batteries. That's the important part. Separate from their battery, business, they apparently have opened up a job listing in Farmers Branch. I believe it's for their robotaxi, something related to the robotaxi. I don't quite remember what the job was, but if they have done so much as to open up a listing for people here, it could imply that they are somewhat paying attention to the city. If that is the case, we might be able to actually reach out to them if we need a battery for an initiative related to renewable energy and say, hey, we know that you're perhaps looking at our city, interested in what we're doing in terms of sustainability and whatnot. We're wondering, hey, maybe are you interested in a purchase of a battery system? Now, I don't think it'll be able to be an actual mega pack because those go for like $1 million each, but some sort of partnership maybe.
Do we store any of the power that's created by any of our public buildings?
Currently, no, we have, we don't have backup batteries.
Mhm.
We have the backup generators, but, we don't have batteries for our solar
And
installation.
are we in a buyback situation where if we produce more than we use, that the power company, I don't know what the,
Yeah, I mean, so for us to get the Encore incentives, the sizing of the units is like 75% of expected load. So there's, I think, potentially some buyback. We're not using a lot of power within the contract, but most of the time it's not taking on the full load of the building plus time.
okay.
But that's the way that kind of Encore, I'm sure there's reasoning for it, but when they do their solar incentives, that's one of the requirements. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is.
Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, we can, move on to adjournment. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'm motion, be sorry.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. The motion and seconded, all. Man, I just cannot talk.
Okay.
I'll make it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None? Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:12.